selected Y. So would that maybe be C as well?
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
A plot of residuals supports using linear regression when the residuals look normally distributed, the residuals are all positive, you see a megaphone shape, or you see a pattern in the residuals. Supports linear regression.
Is it A? I don't know.
There's no pattern. My results see no pattern in the. You don't want a pattern in the.
Yeah, hot dog shape. What, right?
But I think
I've got hot dog scatter plot and no pattern for residuals, and then you want to avoid a megaphone, don't you?
Yeah, you want to avoid the megaphone. Is it the residuals are all positive?
I think they can be negative too.
Yeah, they could be.
Well, I guess it depends upon which part of the graph you're looking at. They can go below the X. Can they go left of the Y-axis? I don't know. I don't think any of those are correct, to be honest.
Wouldn't they look normally distributed?
Normally, it means they follow the shape of the line, right? Like the hot dog?
Yeah.
I didn't think the residuals were supposed to.
Well, for a linear
residuals are there's.
It should have a hot dog shape or no pattern in the residuals on a residual plot. But a plot of residuals.
Yeah, so to support a linear relationship, the residual plot is there's supposed to be no pattern in the residuals, but I think I'm kind of a little confused at how the question is worded. Because you don't want to see a megaphone and you don't want to see a pattern.
And they can be negative.
Residuals can be negative. So
right. I think it's A is the best.
That's probably the best guess because we do know you don't want to see a megaphone and you don't want to see a pattern and they can be negative. So I would also think that it would be A.
Okay, that sounds good to me. That one, weird question.
That's a really weird question. It's just worded like it. I'm not sure that, yeah. Okay, so it looks like we need to pull up the math self-efficacy Excel sheet for these next ones.
I brought up the wrong graph.
I'm assuming it will be score and then the mean, right, in the two columns?
I don't think so. I think it said use the confidence. Let me check real quick. Use the confidence variable as the explanatory and the score variable as the response.
So the confidence will go first and then the score?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that first question says, compute the residuals for the data using software. What statement best describes the residuals? So I can see the residuals in that column. Does it populate any other information in any of the charts about it, or do we just have to examine in that column? Because it doesn't look like we are told anything about the residuals in the, in like the model summaries or in any of those charts.
I think we're probably supposed to create a QQ plot
for those.
And look at it that way. What I did was because did you guys do your QQ plot with your preparation? How did you do that?
I didn't.
I didn't either.
I didn't either.
But that would make sense. You could just copy the residual column, and then go into the Excel data files for the one where you can make a QQ plot, the descriptive statistics.
Mm-hmm. I created a QQ plot right there on the quantitative inference procedures chart that I've got. I just created it there, and I moved I did like you said, I copied the residuals line over. And yeah, when you do copy it, wherever you copy it to, make sure that you tell it that you only want to copy the numbers and not the formula, or else it won't work. Just so you know. And that way, if you copy the formula, it like does weird things, and it won't let you sort it from.
So how do you do that? How do you copy just the numbers?
Go ahead and just copy it and then paste it, and then you should get a little thing that comes up and says, let me try it again right here. You should get a little thing to the side, and it has a little paste option thingy. And go down to where it says paste value. Paste the values, and just click the first one and paste values. Does that make sense?
What are we pasting it into? I don't even know where to go.
Into the QQ plots of the descriptive statistics. The very first group of Excel spreadsheets that we got.
Remember way back eons ago where we learned to do the QQ plot?
Go find that, because I don't.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I've got it. Say that again, Jennifer. What do you do? So I've got it pasted.
Okay, there should be a little box that comes up with a little down arrow.
I have
a little down arrow.
I have like the.
Did yours paste all right?
Let's see. It says help on this error. Is that what I want?
Right there where you pasted, there should be like a little box with a down arrow. It shows like a little file folder or file.
Oh yeah.
Click the little down arrow.
Oh, and say values only.
Let me go back to where mine was. Paste values, yeah. Just do the values, and then you should be able to sort it.
Okay. So, and then gotta sort. So I can share almost a perfectly straight line. Is that what you get?
Let me see if I could share my screen with you.
I mean, it's,
My quantitative statistics thing is like not even working. I've been trying the last couple minutes to get it to work, and I might have to like Oh, this is great.
Can you see my screen?
no, I see you.
You just see me?
Yeah.
That apparently didn't work. Application.
So
try that one.
it does almost make a perfectly straight line.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
it's
see
just
that?
barely off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, down to the left, mine kind of goes down, and then there's one that looks like an outlier that's kind of up higher. But
Let's see. Okay, so okay, there's your screen.
So does that mean it will form a linear pattern?
I think so.
I think so.
Your QQ plot is much cleaner than mine.
can't imagine why. The software does it. I didn't. It's not like I drew it or anything. So.
Mine is, yeah, in fact, mine has a different shape. Does yours have a little bit of a different shape, Jen?
Yeah, mine does. Yeah, mine isn't pretty.
Is it the ends that have a different shape, or?
No, it's kind of in the middle that it's got, I mean, it kind of curves down a little bit in the middle, but the ends are right on the lines.
Huh.
So, but anyway, I think that basically.
That's what I would say.
So we're gonna go with the residuals form a linear pattern.
Drive carefully.
And then
the escape?
Jennifer Jensen, when I copy, sorry, I finally got the QQ plot to pull up.
Uh-huh.
When I copy those residuals, I'm sorry, can you explain one more time how to copy those without the whole formula being transferred over?
Yes. So.
Or is it just, or can I just copy it over and it'll work?
When you copy it, there should be a little, I don't know if you could still see my screen, but like, okay, I'll just show you here. So I take.
Oh yes, I can see your screen. Okay.
Okay, I'll just take those, copy those, and I'll just drop them right here. And see, there's this little thing here. If I hit the down arrow.
Sorry, can you scroll down just a little bit because our like little pictures are covering up the cursor. Oh, there we go.
Okay, this little down thing here from where I pasted.
Uh-huh.
Go down to the paste values and click one of those, and then it'll populate all your numbers.
Okay.
And it'll just do the values, not the formulas. And then
gotcha.
Then you can go up and do your sorting.
I see.
That really confused me. I don't know, half an hour to figure out how to just do this stinking QQ plot. So yeah.
Okay, so let's go.
Is a linear pattern the same as linear relationship?
I have no idea.
We can hope.
Well, it's either A or B. How about that?
Oh, I think B.
Are we
We're on
talking
number 6, right? Are we on number 6?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that they form a linear pattern.
So
Okay.
is A correct also? I haven't even looked at that one.
It is about correct, yeah. It goes from like 23 to 38 or so.
So I posted, I finally got those in for the QQ plot, and mine are like all over the place.
Did you sort them?
You have to sort them from like low to high, or
Right.
That's weird. Mine's not sorting correctly either, which is probably why it looks different than your guys's. It's given me a negative 25 is the lowest, or negative 23 is the lowest, and then the next one is negative 38. I wonder why it's not.
Are those sorted though, or is that's not the group that you just pasted, right?
It is.
So on
No,
mine,
it's actually the group I pasted last night, yesterday. Let me do that again. Why do I have all of that?
so yeah, mine starts with a negative 38.
Yeah, which is, I'm sure, what it's supposed to start with.
Mine does as well.
And goes
Okay,
to
it looks much more linear now. It looks very linear. Yeah, so I would think it's B for sure.
It's still giving me negative 23 is the largest number. That's really weird. Sorting seemed to help.
well, 23 is the largest number.
no, but hers is a,
Negative 23, sorry, as the smallest number, and it is not. Oh, it's
Oh.
not showing negative 23 in there. Part of the ones that I. Huh, that's weird. It's like it's ignoring that number. Oh well, let's go ahead and move on. I could figure it out later.
so I guess if we're just using the software, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's what statement best describes the residuals. I think,
They're fairly normal.
well, they form a linear pattern, but I'm wondering if the negative 40 and 25 is the more accurate answer.
Oh, I see. You mean on number 6?
Yeah.
I think we just try it, and if we get it wrong, we can fix it. They both sound really right.
Yeah.
The only thing, so in for the linear relationship, you don't want a pattern in the residuals, right?
Yeah, no, I don't. I think you hope to see in a residual plot that there's no pattern in the residuals.
And so, but we're not using, so we're using the QQ plot, and it just is that points in the QQ plot are close to the line.
Right.
So
maybe
I
we
think
should go with
I think it's A.
because the question does just tell us to compute the residuals.
Yeah.
It doesn't really tell you to go do the QQ plot yet or
Right.
anything.
That's true.
So maybe,
Yeah, then I'm good with going with A.
okay, let's go with A.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, so then the next question is based on the QQ plot.
They're fairly well. They're linear. So does that mean they're normal, or does that mean that they're not normal if they're linear? Because we don't want it to be linear, right?
No, on a QQ plot, you want the QQ plot to be close to the line. It's in the residual plot that you don't want a pattern.
Okay.
Right.
So we're gonna go with B.
I think so.
So
I don't know.
let me open up yesterday's homework for stuff.
Are you leaving?
I'm confused
Well-
now about how we do what.
Yeah, so nice. Yeah, so I think that we can say that they are normally distributed, that they are fairly normal. Because in the book, it says QQ plot of the residuals, and it says once the residuals have been calculated, we can assess if they are normally distributed using a QQ plot. We simply make a QQ plot of the residuals. If the points on the QQ plot are close to the line, then we can conclude that the residuals are normally distributed. So
Okay, so
they are fairly normal.
So when we're doing linear, we use a scatter and a residual plot, and we don't. And the only thing we use the QQ plot with the residuals for is the error term.
Yeah.
It's the one thing. And at that time, it's supposed to be linear, because the other one, the one we use for the linear relationship, the residual plot isn't a QQ. You don't put it. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Kind of.
Yes. As much as any of this makes sense.
Okay, so it would be B then, the answer to 7.
Yeah.
Yes. So 8 wants us to use the software to create a scatter plot, which is in our linear regression Excel sheet, that original one that we did. Given the scatter plot, the residual plot, and the QQ plot, which of the 5 assumptions about linear regression are satisfied by this data? So we did determine that the residuals are normally distributed according to our other one.
Yeah.
So definitely we'll put that one. Looks like we can do multiple here.
And scatter plot looks like it's a hot dog shape, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So that means there is a linear
Relationship.
Right.
Yep, so the first one and the third one. The variance, we didn't do megaphone shape, right? Well,
What was that?
Well, the
What was that?
error term has something to do with the Q plot.
Yeah, let me pull that up. Oh,
so
I
the
think
normal error term, you use a QQ plot to check it, and if the points in the QQ plot are close to the line, then there is a normal error term, which they were close to the line. So does that mean that the variance of the error term is constant for all values of x?
That's what I would say.
I think so too. So 1, 2, and 3 we have checked. X's are known constants. X's should be measured accurately. Observations are independent. So in the thing that it says that they cannot be, that those bottom 2 ones cannot be checked directly.
Right.
So do we just assume that we don't do those because we can't check them?
Right. We have to assume them. We have to assume that the material, the
So
data.
are they just asking us to make sure that the 5 requirements are met? Is that?
Oh, so which of the 5 are satisfied? Oh, so we can check all of those.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we have the first 3 checked.
But this data doesn't tell us anything about the last 2.
No. And it says on here that it cannot be checked directly. So I don't think we have any reason to check those ones.
I agree.
So just the first 3?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay, the next one is asking for what is B1 which it looks like is 12.695. Is that what you guys have?
That's what I've got.
Yeah.
So 12.695. Okay, now we're constructing a 95% confidence interval. Input your answers for the lower and the upper. So we're going to input the lower bound first, which it looks like is 10.674.
Yeah,
That's what I've got.
And the upper, 14.715.
this one's C.
Are we on, let's see, are we on 12 now?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see, the level of significance. What decision would you make regarding the hypothesis test for B1? So let's,
I think it's C too.
the p-value is going to be basically be 0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if the p is low, reject the null. So C. Sorry, I think that's what all of you said. I'm a few seconds behind you. K13 for a hypothesis test. If you reject the null, what does that mean? So if we reject it, then we have sufficient evidence.
Is it D?
0. There's sufficient evidence in the slope of the progression line. I think it would be the last one.
I think it's B. Yeah.
Yeah.
D as in dog, right?
Because
Yeah.
if you have a z-slope, the line's horizontal, right?
Well, 0 is not included in the confidence interval, so we can.
Well, and when you state that, the alternative hypothesis is that it's not
0.
Yeah. Ugh, seriously, 5 more problems.
Oh, dang. Looks like we've got to use another.
with the dang crocodiles.
The stupid crocodiles. We know that their
Crocodiles.
head makes their body longer.
Oh,
All right.
I will be so glad when I'm done with this class and I can go through and delete every single time I've downloaded this stupid spreadsheet.
oh, it's in there 100 times.
I know. I think my computer is like, you are an idiot. Why do you keep downloading the same thing?
Let's see. The question doesn't say what needs to go first or anything, does it?
Well, it just is. Head length was used to predict body length.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the dependent is the head length, right?
I think so.
Is the body length. No, the body length would be the dependent. The head length is the independent variable. The body length, or
Because
the
the body
head length is
depends on
dependent upon the head length. Yeah, sorry.
So the head length goes first and then the body length.
Oh yeah, I haven't even put it in.
Yeah, I haven't either. Let's see. Head length.
Okay.
I lost service currently.
What?
Did you guys advance at all? right?
So 14, did you guys put B?
Yes.
Right. Are we all good to go to the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, construct a 95% confidence interval. Input your answers for the margin of error, lower bound and upper bound. Determine the margin of error for the 95% confidence interval. Which I think we have to do upper minus lower divided by 2 on this one, right?
No.
Okay, so
So I get
Or
0.5.
I got point.
I got 0.443.
that's what I got.
Yeah, 0.443. What did you say you got, Jennifer? You kind of cut out.
I got 0.443.
Okay.
Perfect. Then 7.218 is the lower bound, and the upper bound is 8.103. Okay, and then 18 is based on the lower and upper bound. What can you say about, what is it? Is it beta 1 or something? Is that how you say that?
I don't know.
Okay, B1.
Thanks.
B1. Let's see.
I think it's A.
Yeah.
I wish they were all that easy to decide, because
Mhm.
they are not.
Okay, so we're going A. Okay, I could go ahead and submit it here. $18 out of 18.
Awesome.
All right. So I'll stop the broadcast.